G'day, I'm Scott Gibbons and congratulations on your new Atlantic caravan. You know, when you get a new caravan, there's always a handover. And that's what this video is all about, is to give you some tips and tricks on what to do with your new caravan to make it easier for you to enjoy and be far more comfortable. Are you ready? Come with me. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're an experienced caravanner or a brand new caravanner, you've still got the same steps to do when you hitch up your new Atlantic. The important part is to make sure that it's done safely, and you have a little checklist so you know that you've done all of those steps. So the first thing you have to do, make sure your wheels are chocked, that your handbrake is on, and then wind your jockey wheel up to the height that you think is going to fit your vehicle. Then reverse your vehicle in. Now what we have to do is connect your new Atlantic onto your vehicle. So the DO35 hitch is the important part. You lower it straight on so that the two parts mate. That's the part from the Atlantic caravan and the part onto your vehicle. They have to mate. And then when they've done that, make sure that you click the button. You'll hear a little click sound, and that's really important. That tells you that your DO35 hitch is now connected to your new Atlantic. Then make sure you've got your chains ready. Chains, you do need a couple of D shackles, and make sure that they're rated D shackles suitable for your Atlantic. And when you attach those to your tow bar, cross them over so they're across. You don't just put them in parallel, cross them over. That's a very, very good hint for you. Make sure you do that. When you're putting your safety chains on, those yellow pins, you tighten them up and then half a notch back. Just half of one turn back is important, because then they're not going to be too tight for you to undo. If you tighten them up and drive along, they become super tight. So tighten them up and then 1/2 notch back. Next things you have to do is to connect your breakaway switch. That's generally the blue cable. So the blue cable that goes onto your vehicle. So next we connect the 12 pin, then you connect your Anderson, connect up your caravan cable, which is the one for your reversing camera for the back of your Atlantic. So that's been provided for you by Atlantic, and they've provided the screen for you as well. So you can see when you're reversing your caravan. That's really good. Then importantly, now that you've got all of that done, you can take your jockey wheel off. Now that's a major thing to do. You must remove your jockey wheel. Never, ever try and drive with your jockey wheel down. Now here's an Atlantic handy hint. When you take your jockey wheel out, you see these grooves along the jockey wheel? They marry up with the grooves here in the retainers, the jockey wheel retainers, the brackets. So when you put your jockey wheel back in, make sure that the groove is married to one of those grooves in the bracket, and that will make your jockey wheel so much safer, so much more stable, and you'll be happy. Then make sure your jockey wheel is stored safely. Now before you drive away, just click on the safety cap. Now if you haven't hitched up properly, it won't click on, so that's important. The other thing you've got to do before you drive away is to remove the wheel chock. That one's a biggie. Remove your wheel chock. And the last part about hitching up, make sure that your gas bottles are turned off, because you're going to be driving. Make sure the gas bottles are turned off. It's law, it's sensible too. So there you go, that's how you hitch. And to unhitch, you basically do the reverse. If you're leaving your van in storage, make sure your gas bottles are turned off still. You don't need them turned on at all. And the rest of it, just make sure that you've had a great time. So when you get to your campsite, the thing to do is to make sure that you've got your van as level as can be, and then you put your stabiliser legs down. So on each corner of your Atlantic is what's termed a stabiliser leg, and so inside your tunnel boot you will find the handle for your stabiliser legs. All you do, pull that down, they come down, you probably want it vertical, and then that goes straight onto there, and then you just adjust that. So that's now fine, that's stable and fine. You do that on all of them. Now if you don't want to use the hand tool, you can use a 12-volt drill. Just make sure you get the right size bit piece, and you can just go and that'll be fine, and then do the reverse when you want to do it. But a handy hint from Atlantic is if the ground is soggy or wet or damp or any of those things, maybe a little bit slushy, then have 4 bits of timber with you, and you put that under each leg, one piece under each leg. That gives you a bigger footprint, and your van is so much more stable. And remember, before you drive away, make sure you lift all of those 4 legs all the way up before you drive away. That's another handy hint from Atlantic. So on your Atlantic there comes 2 water tanks. Now what you'll find is that when a tank is locked, the lock just spins. you need your key. You put your key in, turn the key, and then it will come undone. Now, to fill up your water tank, which goes in here, you use what's termed a water quality hose. Now, that is not your garden hose. If you use your garden hose, your water will taste like plastic. A water quality hose, you'll find it at your camping stores, at your caravan stores. It's normally a white hose with long blue stripes, and that's a water quality hose. You need that so that your water does not taste like plastic. That's really, really a valued point. And behind your wheel here, you'll find that this is your input for your town water. So if you pull into a caravan park or even at home, you can plug straight into there, and that's clever. Again, use the water quality hose. Then over here, we have the hot water system. Now, the hot water system is inbuilt, and when you plug in, it either works off gas or it works off electricity, so that part's fine. As you walk down the rear of the van, you'll find it's got two big squares on it. Don't touch it if it's been working, because that's going to be quite hot, so stay away from that one. So under here is your grey water tank. That'll be the water from your shower, your kitchen sink, that sort of thing. So a lot of national parks don't want you to empty your grey water straight onto the ground anymore. It needs to be disposed of thoughtfully. That might be a dump point, or it might be another community accepted level. And then importantly, there's another tap at the front. So that's your washing your hands tap and things like that. If you've come back from fishing, then you can just wash your hands there and everything's good. You don't have to bring your fishing hands inside, or you can even just hose your feet off. Just a wonderful thing to have. So to put 240 volt into your caravan, all you do is lift the flap, and there you'll see the unit. Now, you do get another plug. Now, it's not a domestic plug, it's not a domestic receiver, it is a 15 amp. Your domestic is 10 amp, so you can't use the 10 amp on this, and you can't fiddle to use your 10 amp on this either. So you must buy a 15 amp extension lead. That goes on there, then you can plug it in. Now, if you're going to plug it into a 10 amp, so your home, then you buy what's termed an amphibian, AMP, HIBIAN, an amphibian connector. They're Australian made, and they are just terrific, and they'll convert your 10 to 15 so you can have your van plugged in at home. But when you go to a caravan park, you'll find that they're all 15 amp. Nice and easy. Now let's go and show you how to set up the awning. Now, the awning looks complicated. It is really, really simple. There are some steps. Follow those steps, easy as. Importantly, you get this tool from Atlantic. They provide that with your new Atlantic caravan. Come on, I'll show you how easy it is. So step one, you use your tool. Up here it says roll up, roll down. Obviously we're going to roll down, so you just pull that little lever with the tool downwards. So step two, on both arms, because there's two arms to your awning, one at the rear, one at the front, you undo this clip. You'll do that on the front side, you'll do it on the rear side as well. And then step three is a knob that you will loosen. Again, that's on the front arm and also on the rear arm. So the next step, step number 4, is up where the awning is, you'll find a loop. It'll be a strap with a little loop on it, and you just use the tool that Atlantic have provided, put that through the loop, and then walk backwards, pulling that, and you'll find the awning will come with you. So the next step to set up your awning, you just slide this along all the way to the end. You'll hear a click. There it is there. Tighten this knob up, and then the next easy step, just lift that handle and then push that up. And wherever you put the handle down, it'll lock it in for you. Now, if there's only one of you doing it, it's best just to go part of the way, then go down the other end, finish that off, happy days. Now that's got your awning up, but you can also have the awning freestanding. So you just unclip here, walk the legs forward, and then that will lift the canopy up, and you've got vertical legs. So that's how easy it is to set up the awning on your Atlantic. And of course, to put your awning back again, all you have to do is reverse those steps. Easy as. Here's another easy as handy tip, all the way from Atlantic. The stick that we use to pull down the rope and whatnot, often you see people, they just drop it on the ground and then they forget about it. So what I do is put it on here. So as long as your door's shut, that holds it nice, you know where it is, and everything's easy. But just make sure you remember to put it away, store it away properly when you're ready to hit the road. From Atlantic, happy travels. So this is your security door for your Atlantic. All you do, you've got a little lever here, press that, lift that one up, and there is your security door. So you can have your other door there. This one, nice, so you've got a nice breeze going through. Excellent. Oh, the lighting in your Atlantic, it's amazing. You've got a switch over there for your bedroom wing. You've got another switch for the lighting in the bathroom wing. And then these switches here are for the centre part of the whole cabin. That's your dining and your kitchen and your overbench and all of those sort of lighting, plus the outside lighting that you've got as well. Oh, it's fabulous. And then this one up here, that's a separate switch. That's just for your step light. Clever, thoughtful, wonderful. You'll enjoy that. Atlantic, great ideas. So the Atlantic Caravan comes with a battery management system. This one's a BM Pro. So what this one will show you is the time. It will also show you the battery, how much amps you're using, how much is coming in, your solar capacity, and then also over here is your water tank. So you've got tank 1 for a water tank 2 for a water tank 3 is a spare in case you want to add on a third tank, and then this is your grey water tank here. And then to turn your pumps on, it's just this one here. So that's your pump on and off. This is for your lighting. So this little button here is the home button. It's called home button because it's like a little house. And if you hold that in, that enables you to reset any of the settings that are already in your BM Pro. So this button here is your master switch. So as you walk into the Caravan, if you press that one, that turns on all your lighting or turns off all your lighting. So I'll press that again and everything just lights up again. Now the BM Pro is connected to this main unit here. There's a breaker switch there, so if you have too much power coming in, that's your fuse, so that will break, and then you just flick it back up when you're happy that the power's not surging anymore. You've got your air conditioning switch here if you need it, but you've got your air conditioning out here anyway. That's your hot water service for electric. This is your hot water service for your gas. So if you're using electric, that's the switch that you turn on. If you're using gas, use that one. And as a major thing, make sure that you've got water in your tanks before you turn those on, or house water already connected. That's a major thing to have already done. Beautiful setup. Now the radio that comes with this Atlantic is AM, FM. You've also got CDs up here, and you've got a mode button here. So if you want to, you can go from FM through to Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth your own sound through, auxiliary 1, auxiliary 2, back to radio. So that's good. Now the speakers are on the inside, so we've got speakers here. So we've got the speakers on the in where it says fade in, that's speakers on the inside. If we just hold that down, then we go speakers on the outside. So you've got speakers outside if you're under your awning, and then if you wish to, you can press all, and that's speakers on the inside and the outside, or just click back and you've got it on the inside. It's a great unit. You'll have lots of time playing with it, and the sound quality is lovely. Now we've got the TV over here, but to make the TV, of course, you need an antenna, and this is your antenna. So what happens is, this knob here will tell you which way to wind it up. So you wind it up going that way, you wind it down coming this way. Now when you wind it up, so if you pull that down, then you can adjust the direction of your antenna, so you're going towards the station, towards the signal. When you pull into a caravan park, if you have a look at the direction that everybody else has got theirs, that's generally a really good clue on which way you should face your antenna. And it tells you, you've got this little pointer here, but importantly, when you come back, bring that pointer back to where that clicks in, wind your antenna down before you drive away. You don't want to be finding a tree with your TV antenna. You don't want to be finding an awning with your TV antenna. So when that's down, you're happy to travel. Just add that onto your list. Alrighty, so to start watching TV, obviously you need power and you need aerial. So the black one is power, the white one is aerial. When you have the white one in, there's a little button. Make sure that that's turned on. You'll see another little light come on that brings through the aerial power for the TV. Now the TV is remote control. It also has a DVD player, so the DVD's just in the side here. Everything is self-explanatory on the front. But what you do need to do is to set the TV up normally every time that you go to a new location. So if you're in a location today, your TV is fine. When you go to your next setup, you may need to reset it. And that's so simple, and I'll show you how to do it. So what you do is press the power button on. There's a button here called Auto Tune. Press that one, and then just press the OK button, and your TV should automatically set itself up. Now once that's done, your TV will be all set up. Now here's two things. Outside you've got the media box, so this same TV can go outside, plug in, it's already connected. All you've got to do is make sure that you've connected to the aerial, all those normal things. That's fine. But when the TV's inside, you've got this bracket that enables you to, you can view it from the bedroom, you can view it from the living room. That's wonderful. But what you do have to do, and this is a special hint from Atlantic, is just easily lift this off, so that you don't travel with the van in its location now. You take the TV off and you put it